football player. And if he wins 10 MVPs, he's not going to be a tier 1. Well, damn. Come on now. Skip, like I said, I think sometimes guys be trying to make a point, and you don't realize that when you're making a point, you sound ridiculous. One way to do a certain task. My only concern is, can he get better? And Skip, I've seen him. I saw the game against Miami. He opened the season, throw 5 touchdowns. He had a perfect quarterback rating. I've seen him throw 5 touchdowns with 0 picks and pick a team apart.
Yep.
So I know he's more than capable, but consistency. That's the only thing that concerns me. Now, if he get consistent at the right time, he can get consistent 5 or 6 games, and those 5 or 6 games happen to start at the end of the season, well, he can ride that hot streak all the way to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But for this guy to say all what he said, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I get it. He's never going to look like Aaron Rodgers. He's never going to look like Tom Brady or some of these prototypical quarterbacks that we've grown accustomed to.
Yep.
But my thing is, even if he doesn't look like them, he's still going to have to throw the ball with a little bit more consistency, a little bit more accuracy, if he's going to take the Baltimore Ravens where they believe he can take him, and ultimately where he wants to take them, and that's to the Super Bowl. But, man, once you start talking about he can win all this and do all that, and he's still not going to be a tier 1, anything that you said before that, I got to dismiss now.
Okay. Here we go again with another classic anonymous quote. It is shoot from the lip. It is over-the-top exaggeration and overstatement to make his point.
Yes.
His name is not attached, so he feels like he can just let it fly to impress Mike Sando. I know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you what the truth here is. And yet, as you always say, there's some truth in a lie. So the one thing that leaped out for me was he'll be a 1, as in top tier, as a football player. Okay, there's the truth that I do believe in.
Right.
Because I tell you all the time, I believe in Lamar because I believe in his football backbone. He's got football character to me. However you want to couch it, frame it, label it, gamer, baller, he'll just figure out a way to beat you because you mentioned he's 37-12 as a starter. Among quarterbacks drafted since 2018, that's a 788 winning clip, .788. Right. That's number 1 on the list of every quarterback drafted since 2018. Okay, it'll work because you are winning games. Now, you're with a great organization that you know full well because you played there. And you've been surrounded by good coaching and players who know how to play. Last year, they got devastated beyond that. They got decimated in ways no other team got decimated by injuries, and it wasn't fair. And he got hurt also and was gone for the home stretch.
I don't think Brady, Rodgers, with all those injuries that they had on offense, defense.
Nobody
could have
done that. But the whole idea, this notion that I don't care if he wins 12 MVPs, he's not a 1. If you won 12 straight MVPs, trust me, you'd be the 1.
Yes.
Because you can't. It's hard to win an MVP. Yes. And he already won 1.
He's already won 1.
And he won it in his 2nd year. It's close to impossibly great. So the point here is, I believe in him because there's more than one way to skin a Super Bowl trophy.
Right.
You don't believe at the highest level. Most people, like the ultimate truth in pro football is you can't go win a Super Bowl without throwing it from the pocket when you have to throw it from the pocket.
Correct.
I still believe he can throw it effectively from the pocket because it's not pretty. It's the mechanics aren't the best.
Right. But
he throws darts. When he gets in rhythm in that MVP year, I remember the game up in Buffalo and the Colts, he just shredded them.
Right.
I'm like, what is this? It's not bombs away. It's not sweet rainbows over the top. It's dart throwing. It's effective. Obviously, it's made so much better by the fact that if he does escape on you, he's going to hurt you badly.
Exactly.
And there are all kinds of quotes in this article about, we spend the whole offseason asking people, how do we stop that? Because if you don't, he will literally run you out of the building. But he can also, thanks with the compliment the legs, he can throw you out of the building too. That's just me. I think he can go win a Super Bowl because some guys are just made of whatever the right stuff is. Whatever he's got burning inside of him, Edelman had burning inside of him, and Amendola had. It's just as you know, you just said, the Hall of Fame it's full of people who weren't drafted in the first round because it's what was burning inside them. I don't know what it is. You were a 7th round draft choice. Okay, what is it? There's some X factor that the greatest drafters in the history of the NFL draft, they can't find it. They can't recognize it. It reveals itself to them over time, maybe in training camp, the first training camp. That's Sharp. That Sharp can play.
And then they're like, oh, well, we missed him. We might need to go back and reevaluate. Well, you just looked at where he's from an HBCU. He wasn't the fast. He didn't run 4.3, yada, yada, yada. And y'all didn't give him the same look that you'd have given a guy from the University of Michigan or the University of Miami. And I think the thing is with Lamar is that, you know, Skip, when you watch him and you watch the game against Indy last year on television, you're like, dude, just bottle that. Or you watch him against Kansas City. Just bottle that. That's it. No more.
I got you.
No more. I don't need you anything. No more than that. What you just did against Indy and what you did against Kansas City. Just keep that.
I get you on the consistency. It comes and it goes.
Yes.
And it's scary. And I'm sure it's scaring the unholy hell out of the Ravens right now because they're looking at a beyond Kyler deal. They're looking at an Aaron type deal for this guy. I'm betting on this guy. I told you he's better than Kyler is. I've seen enough. He's a little better than Kyler. He deserves to make a little more money than Kyler.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he's a little more dedicated to the process than Kyler is. Okay? So these things are just they're so damaging to his reputation, these anonymous quotes. They can be enlightening, and there's some truth in there.
Right.
But I do love the fact that he went so far as he's a 1 as a football player. Okay, well, I can bottle that.
Right.
I can win with that. That's just me. But I tend to like guys who are a little out of the box, just a little bit. I like Jalen Hurts. You don't. I like Tebow. You didn't.
Right.
Those kind of guys, there's something that's burning inside them. They'll figure it out.
Right.
Can they win a Super Bowl? Well, no, none of them. We've seen Trent Dilfer win the Super Bowl with your defense. Right.
Because at the end of the day, Skip, if you go back and you look at the Super Bowl the last couple of years, now obviously the Tampa situation was a little different.
Yeah.
But it's going to come down to a drive because the teams are too evenly matched late in the ball game, and it came down to a drive. The Rams, Matthew Stafford had to make a no-look throw.
He made him no-look throw.
And so it's going to come down. If you look at Brady, you mentioned Brady, 6-game winning drive. It wasn't no legs, no scrambling. It came down to the ability to throw the football from the pocket.
It does.
And that's a lot of times Tom Brady against the Seahawks. And you go back and look at, you're going to have to win a game throwing the football from the pocket.
Okay.
Especially in today's game.
By the way, I discount the contribution of Trent Dilfer to your Super Bowl with the Ravens, but Trent Dilfer, I forget exactly, wasn't he like the 2nd or 3rd pick?
I think he was the 4th pick in the draft.
Pick? Okay, but I'm talking about he's a top 5
Yes,
pick.
absolutely.
And he's 6'.
Yeah, and he had gone to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the guy was a 12th round draft pick. The guy came, they rated him fairly high, considering that he was a top 5 pick. I think Indy that's when Mel Kiper and I forget the former general manager that got into it. He said Mel Kiper has about as much ability to pick as my mailman. They took Trev Alford.
And it was also between Heath Schuler and Trent for which quarterback would go.
Because I think he went to Washington.
To North Turner.
Yes.
He slightly favored Heath Schuler over Trent.
Yeah.
But Trent was still pretty good.
Yeah.
He was prototypical pocket passer.
Right. And that's what, and I believe in today's game, it's going to come down to being able to make throws from the pocket. Yes, you can get out of harm's way, but teams are going to bottle you up and says, okay, don't let him out the pocket. So we'll just rush 3, or we'll just keep a spy on him. We want him to keep him in the pocket. And that's what we saw teams do that with Mahomes. Mahomes said, no, don't let him escape the pocket.
Yep.
Keep his butt in the pocket. Because that's when he's most dangerous, because not only can he hurt you with his legs, he can throw the ball over the top of you. That's what they're telling you about Lamar. We cannot run past